Hey class, welcome to Unit 2 video. If you're on this video, you are in the process or attempting to complete Unit 2 materials and information and gather what's going to be expected for this unit. I hope that Unit 1 was pretty self-explanatory. Some of you sent me some emails with questions regarding quiz questions and answers to quizzes. Please feel free to always ask me if you got something wrong and don't quite understand why or want answers and explanation. I'm happy to do so. Don't freak out about the quizzes. There's only 3 of them, and even if you don't do stellar, there's enough points in this course and enough work in this course that over time, if you do well on most other things, you should be fine. So please don't stress about that. Fair warning, I want to address something that happened this weekend at UB. This is going to involve the discussion about suicide, so I do want to mention that as also a possible trigger warning for anybody, but I just want to take a moment to really acknowledge the fact that we lost a student at UB to suicide, and it's something that being a psychologist and having this be so prominent in my field and being something that I work with on a daily basis, basically, I'm very passionate talking about it and bringing awareness to it, but also just providing a space to allow people to ask questions, express concern, fear, sadness. I think there is this taboo behind the idea of suicide or the conversation about suicide, and I think that does more harm. So I do want to say that this is a counseling class. This is about counseling professions, and in the counseling profession, there will be situations and moments where your clients or patients or students will ask questions. This will come up, right? So I just want to say to you all, if any of you feel like you need to talk to someone or reach out about what is going on or about other things, like, I'm always a resource. I'm always here. Please know that in an email, I cannot get to you as soon as possible. If you guys ever have an emergency, that's when 911 is to be utilized. But if it's something like you're looking just to someone to chat with or have some guidance in some kind of way, like, I'm happy to be there and support. But I always encourage you all to go to UB Counseling Services and seek services in that way as well. I used to work there as a grad student, and I know a lot of the counselors, and I just really encourage you all to use the resources available to you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If a friend is in need, don't be afraid to help them reach out for help. So yeah, I was very saddened by that, and also somewhat at a loss for words, not knowing really how to address it, but I knew that I couldn't just let it go by. And I will still probably send an email to you all kind of surmising my thoughts, but I didn't think it'd be appropriate to continue this video without acknowledging this. But once again, if you guys need any help or support, I'm always around and available. And if you're trying to get connected with a provider in the community, a therapist, a counselor, I know many people in Buffalo, and I'm happy to do so, to give you a referral if you need one. September is also Suicide Awareness Month or Suicide Prevention Month, so it is very much something that has been on the forefront of my mind. So with this, I'll just end that part of the conversation, but I just really wanted to acknowledge it because it's truly sad, and I feel for that person, and I feel for their family and their friends. Now, shifting gears, talking about Unit 2 video. So I'm going to go down like what the topic is, what the assignments are going to be, and what are, kind of just surmising. Remember that you guys can always, or you all can always go to the schedule that's at the end of your syllabus, your course syllabus, right? This is what the front looks like, but then in all of it, this is where all this stuff is. So I keep it myself because it's nice for me to keep in mind what you guys have coming up, what assignments you guys are going to do, or you all are going to do, and just want to make sure we're all on top of it, right? So, what is happening? Unit 2. So, Unit 2 will be due on September 26th. That's a Sunday at 11:59. So, everything on this Unit 2 will be due in 2 weeks. And you're going to watch this video as you're doing right now. Reading chapters 3 and 6 from your textbook. Then you're going to watch a video mental health, what is happening or what happens in counseling. So that video is a nice video of giving you kind of like a breakdown of the process and the things that do happen in counseling. You're going to read another article that is within on UB Learns, sorry. Then assignment 2 you're going to submit, as well as do a journal reflection 1. So all the journal topics will be said in the videos. So if you don't watch the video, you don't get the journal topic because there's no other place to get them. So now that we're on the journal topic, I will give you the topic. The topic is, this is just a check-in. How is the course going for you? Do you have any particular questions, any concerns, and what are your thoughts so far? So that is the journal topic, and you will put that under journal and journal topic 1. You can write as much as you want, you can write as little as you want. Well, let me take that back. You can write as much as you want, but I do need some substance. You can't just give me a one-liner sentence, you know? I only look at these journals, so if there's things that you want to share with me in that journal, please feel free. This isn't like a discussion post where other people will see. I will be the only one who sees it. And this is more also for participation, also so I know that you're watching the videos. Then you're going to do a discussion board. Discussion board 2 is going to be like, what is trauma-informed care? When you watch some of these videos and do some of this reading, you will know how to answer some of these questions, right? So mind you, do all the reading and the video watching before you do assignments, because that's where all the information is informed. So this week is going to be looking at clinical mental health counselors and addiction counselors. So really thinking about the kind of settings that they can be at, working in, the kind of work that they will do. Clinical mental health counselors, can be in clinics, can be in college counseling centers. So can addiction counselors. It's a pretty general degree that one can get in terms of clinical mental health counseling. Addiction counselors is a little more, it's more specific. You're going to be in a specific type of setting for sure. But a clinical mental health counselors can be even in hospitals, working at clinics and things like that. Population, you're going to have adults. Well, clinical mental health counselors can work with adults and children, and addictions counselors, we mostly see that with adults. Children can struggle or adolescents can struggle with addictions and issues like that, but then we're going to have people who are going to specialize more on that route. And sometimes, getting a degree that is more broad in general, and then as you continue with your training, you specialize. That is also something that can often happen. So for those of you who are kind of exploring what path you want to go on, what specialty you want to go on, I saw that some of you put that on your discussion boards. Think about what you want to help or what you want to do in work-wise, and then think how you can tailor your training and your experience to specialize in what you want to specialize in, right? So it's not always like your degree is super, super specific. So my degree is in counseling psychology. I have a PhD in that, but I also worked most of my training with Latinx communities. I used my Spanish a lot to do therapy with Latinx folks, but also I worked in holding centers. I worked in community clinics. My focus is very much working with marginalized populations that have been historically underserved, but also populations that are more at risk. So right now I work at a veterans hospital, and veterans are considered a more marginalized at-risk population too, because they themselves have gone through significant experiences and challenges, but also getting them assistance and help can also be more of a challenge. I know that some of you said you want to know how counseling works. Unfortunately, this class is not about how counseling works. The video that you will watch, what happens in counseling, will help you kind of get an idea, but this isn't like counseling theories. This isn't me talking about what best theories or counseling approaches work. This isn't about teaching you skills. This is about teaching you about the different types of counseling that do exist and that are out there, and like the career paths that you can take. So I'm sorry if you're disappointed that this is not what you're going to learn. But like I said, I'm always a resource. So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions. Let me know. I'm going to put a specific discussion board area that will say questions you have for me, and I can always address those questions in the videos. So I think this is all I have for now. If anything changes, I'll make sure to send you a message or an announcement. But yeah, keep up the good work. Like I always say, feel free to reach out if you have questions, concerns, or difficulties. Let me know sooner than later because it can be harder if it's later to help you all out. But best of luck, and I hope that you all have great 2 weeks, and I'll touch base with you all soon. Take care. Bye.